Welcome to the Keymont Stadium, home of Doncaster Rovers Football Club. Today it plays host to Schools Cup final day. Altrincham Boys Grammar School taking on Millfield School here in South Yorkshire to be crowned champions of the ESFA Under-18 Schools champions for 2017. Altrincham in the red and black striped shirts, Millfield in the white shirts with the red shoulders. Lots of great backing as well on the far side, predominantly coming from the other side of the Pennines, and Altrincham. A standing ovation for the two sets of players as they come out onto the field. And two sides who were flawless in reaching this final, particularly Altrincham, who scored 36 goals in their 7 games leading up to this final, conceding just 11. Millfield weren't as prolific. They scored 21 in their 7 games, but still impressive stuff, conceding 12 along the way. And they got here, Millfield, by a penalty shootout in the quarter-final, and in the semi-final 1-0 against Bede's Senior. So they've certainly managed to do just what's required of them when it has mattered, and they've earned the right to be here this afternoon to face an Altrincham side who possess a player called Oscar Armitage, who you may have heard of. His goal in the semi-final against Bowlby Car went viral. It's an absolute stunner from 40 yards out, unleashing a fantastic left-footed drive into the top corner of the net. In that game, Altrincham won by 6 goals to 4 to earn their place here today in the ESFA Schools Cup final. So it's certainly an impressive turnout on the far side as far as Altrincham are concerned. Very vocal backing before the two sides came onto the field of play. Those of an Altrincham persuasion definitely up for this one. So just a reminder of this one then, it will be 2 lots of 45 minutes, just like a regular game. One slight change is that substitutions are allowed. Repeated substitutions are allowed. There will be 5 substitutions, unlike the normal 3 you get in a professional game. And players that come off are allowed to come back on. So rotational subs allowed in this final, as the Altrincham players get a great cheer from the far side and their supporters as they make their way into their own half after the dignitary handshakes. If this game does go to extra time, there will be 2 lots of 10 minutes, and then after that, if nothing can separate the two sides, we will go to penalties. So all to play for this afternoon. There's certainly a lot of tension between the two sides. They both know they're capable of winning this one. Millfield actually winners of this competition back in 2009. Altrincham have been runners-up in the last 3 years. So will it be 4th time lucky for them this afternoon? Their supporters on the far side will certainly hope so. It has been a successful side, this. They won the Greater Manchester Cup last season, but they're looking to go one better today and get the national prize of the ESFA Under-18 Schools Trophy. So captain for Altrincham today is Tom Kelly. He'll be wearing number 2. He's just shaking hands with the referee and his assistants. The referee this afternoon is Martin Fryer, and he'll be assisted by Miles McKinley and Paul Wilcox, and the 4th official is Dan Andrews. Captain for Millfield, joining his opposite number Tom Kelly there, is Matt McClinchy. He'll be wearing number 8 this afternoon for the side from down south. And the Millfield players on the right-hand side just in a team huddle awaiting this one. Altrincham already out there in position and ready to get this one off and underway. Fantastic atmosphere being created on the far side by those that have travelled over the Pennines from Altrincham. And they give their side and their captain, Tom Kelly, a big round of applause, and we're almost ready to get this one off and underway in Doncaster then. The scene is certainly set for a cracking final here. Two teams that have been absolutely rampant in front of goal leading into this final, and they will be eyeing up the big prize of this school's trophy here at the Keepmoat Stadium in Doncaster. So the referee, Martin Fryer, just counting the players, making sure all 11 are on the field for both sides. Millfield withdraw from their huddle. They're certainly pumped for this one. So it'll be Altrincham to get us underway. Standing over the ball is Dylan Scanlon. And he will get the first touch of the ball in the 2017 Under-18 School Trophy Final. Martin Fryer puts the whistle to his lips. We're off and underway, and immediately the ball is sent back into the Altrincham defensive third and booted forward towards the left-hand side. Slip there from Armitage, who scored that outstanding goal in the semi-final. It was from the right wing. He's began this game on the left, and those supporters on the far side from Altrincham will be hoping for much of the same from him. Balls with Millfield and Harry Lee playing at left back today, and the first foul of the game is given by Martin Fryer. Captain Matt McGlinchey going down in the middle of the park. So with the first dead ball situation of the game, McGlinchey there really taking the full force of that challenge as he gingerly gets back to his feet. But no doubt about it, he'll be fine to continue in this one. The adrenaline will definitely carry him through. McGlinchey's free kick towards Francis is well intercepted, but only momentarily, as Millfield have it back, and it's sent back out to this near side, and Lee again. Down the line for him is the number 7, Harrison Arden. Plays it in low towards Peter Stain, but it's straight towards the goalkeeper, Young Lou, in the Altrincham goal. He kicks it high, more up than out though from him. James Riley has to flick it on down the line. And it's a ball forwards from Henry Blease, but it's well intercepted. And an unfortunate cannon back there off the head of Harrison Ardren from his teammate Harry Lee. And it sees Altrincham get their first throw of the game, which Riley will take. Well speared down the line, not dealt with by Alex Eklund, but eventually cleared by the Millfield defence. Altrincham win it back, and it's a missed kick that in the middle from Tom Burke, and it's a break on now for Millfield. Great running that by Alex Eklund, and it's a free kick given by the referee. Armitage's tackle on Eklund certainly not gone down well with the supporters on the far side, but I think he got that one correct there. Martin Fry, the referee. Armitage going in there a bit too keenly and rashly for the referee's liking. And it's another free kick for Millfield, but this time in far more dangerous territory. So McGlinchey, the captain, is stood over the ball, as is Ardren. Ardren with the left boot and McGlinchey with the right boot. Who's going to take it? Looks like it will be McGlinchey. Rolls it down the line nicely for Dan Walker, but it was well intercepted by Armitage, who makes up for conceding that foul. In Gates, a great ball forward as well, looking for the run of Peter Stein, who was really sniffing around that ball, but it was well dealt with by the Millfield defence. Now the ball goes out for an Altrincham throw. So that ball there from Oscar Armitage, seeking the run of Dylan Scanlon, was absolutely sensational. But well dealt with by the Millfield defence. And Altrincham had the throw. Armitage flicks it on. Didn't beat Fred Francis though. Still head tennis going off in the air. Who will come out on top in the end? There's appeals for handball as well, as Armitage rolls it down the line, looking for Scanlon. Coming across is Stan Cunningham, and he puts it out of play for an Altrincham throw, to the delight of their supporters on the far side, who are certainly making a lot of racket for this one. Oscar Armitage gearing up here for the long throw, you'd suspect, with the way his teammates have flooded straight into the penalty box. Lots of red and black shirts to aim for as Armitage hurls it in. Super throw towards Scanlon, headed away by Francis. Still not fully cleared away by Millfield, and that task will now be met by McGlinchey, who succeeds as he plays it down the line towards Stein. And now Millfield have the attack. Trying to get through there was Harrison Ardron, but it was just too far for him. And Ardron collided into Young Lou as he bowled the ball away. The referee gives an advantage. I suspect it was accidental. Certainly both sides up for this one. Some crunching challenges going in so far. Some legal, some not so legal. But the score remains 0-0. The ball is in midfield with Fred Francis, who turns well away from Jack Blundell. He's dinked forward towards the near side, dealt with by James Riley. And now with the feet of Harry Lee. Now Ardron. Lee inside for McGlinchey. And his pass is intercepted there by Henry Blease. And the referee is just going to have a quick word here to defuse the situation that arose a few moments ago when Harrison Ardron just clattered into Young Lou. And fair of Martin Fry, the official there. Just give him a word, nothing more than that. Nothing needed in the early stages of this game. Lee's throw is down the line then, hooked straight out of play. No nonsense that from the Altrincham skipper, Tom Kelly. And it'll be another Millfield throw tight to this touchline on the near side. Just trying to get the ball back out the stand, and then just like London buses, two come at once. But Lee has one in his hand now. He's got three options in front of him. One of them's Ardron. Ardron's got a man in his back. Does well there to keep possession though. Now Lee, on his weaker right foot, plays it inside. Possession being well kept by Millfield. Ardron has it, looks to sweep it into the penalty area, but Young Lou is well underneath that, the Altrincham goalkeeper. And he gets possession back for the side from the northwest. Ball forward towards Scanlon. He tries to hold it up. McGlinchey got in there though to clear it away. Altrincham have the ball back on the left-hand side. It's Sam Bone on that left-hand side there. That Armitage left the ball for, but he couldn't control it very well, and you suspect that Armitage would have been better at taking control of that himself, being the more attacking, wise player. So the ball is with Millfield, not being well greeted at all by the Altrincham supporters, but that passes as the ball's now dinked in for Scanlon. Nice flick from him on the edge of the penalty area, but it's headed away by Millfield. Lee has it, tackled by Scanlon, but Lee wins it back at the second bite of the chair, and he's still dribbling away with the ball, is Lee, and he wins a free kick as well. Foul coming in there from Jack Blundell, and the referee's going to have another word here, this time with an Altrincham player. And he's going to bring the captain, Tom Kelly, over as well. So it looks like it's going to be another talking to by Martin Fryer. And this time for Jack Blundell. Certainly a no-nonsense tackler in that midfield is Jack Blundell. And the referee recognising that. And just making sure he sorts things out. So certainly not a nice tackle at all, that from Jack Blundell. Probably limited contact, but just a talking to by the referee. And we'll restart play with the free kick for Millfield. Taken by Eklund. Didn't meet a white shirt though. The second ball is picked up by Tianete. Battling away in the midfield. Does well to find the right-hand side as well. Snuffed out that by Burke. One back by McGlinchey and headed forward by Francis, and then repelled well by the Altrincham defence. Once again, it's a difficult ball back for Millfield to deal with, but it's headed back to Marcus Price in the Millfield goal in the end. And Millfield can start from the back, and they give it away again. It's been a sloppy start from them with their passing in the midfield. Here's Ardron, he's onside. He's looking for the run of Dan Walker, who was offside as he looked to get in behind there. I think Young Lou had it covered anyway. And Altrincham will restart play with their own free kick midway inside their own half. Millfield over the years have certainly churned out some fantastic players of their own. Tyrone Mings, Harrison Dunk, Ruben Reid played not too far down the road in Rotherham for a spell, as did Laurie Wilson as well. He came up through the Millfield ranks. And so did Ben Nugent, Cardiff City player on loan to Yeovil Town. So they've certainly got a good history of Millfield School. And they'll be lucky to get their first ESFA Schools Cup trophy here since 2009. But they're not going to do so with passing like that. They've So they've not found their rhythm yet, either side. Both living off scraps, you'd have to say. Just finding their feet in this final before they can unleash their undoubted quality that we've seen so many times on their respective routes to South Yorkshire and this final. Tom Kelly does well there to win a free kick. And two challenges coming his way from Millfield players. So Kelly takes the ball and will take this dead piece situation. No doubt be looking towards Dylan Scanlon, the number 9 for Altrincham, the striker for the side in red and black. Backed up with a flick on from Blundell, met by Scanlon. Scanlon's going to possibly go for a shot on the edge of the area, still running away with it, Scanlon. It's well met by Millfield, who clear it away, and they now counter-attack. Scanlon's gone to the right-hand side. It'll be a free kick for Millfield. Referees pulled it back. No advantage when Tio Tiente was fouled in the middle. So Millfield will begin again with a free kick. Keep it at the back. Eklund has it. Good pressure from Altrincham whenever Millfield have the ball, but Lee keeps it on halfway. Did it go out? Yes, it did, according to linesman on the near side. It was very tight, and Harry Lee's not too happy with the decision. Certainly a very marginal call there from the assistant referee. Don't forget as well, after this one on Cup Finals Day, we've got another big one coming up on the live stream. It's the College Cup Final, as York College will take on Farnborough. So that'll certainly be well worth watching as well. And this one's got a long way to go too, and it's just as gripping. Both sides making very even starts so far, and lots of crunching challenges coming in. That one there from James Riley on halfway on Dan Walker, and actually Riley's come worse off here. The referee's going to have a talking to with both players, which is surprising, seeing as though Dan Walker was the victim of that challenge. Although in terms of scars and bruises, looks like James Riley has come off worse. And the referee's going to take some retrospective action here. He's having a chat with his fourth official, Dan Andrews. Riley just having some treatment. And it does look like the referee, Martin Fryer, has dipped into his notebook and will issue the yellow card for James Riley. So with the first caution of the game, you have to say in the first 10 minutes the referee's tried to let things go. There's been a lot of crunching tackles coming in. It's certainly been a competitive start, as you'd expect from these two sides. But enough is enough as far as Martin Fryer is concerned, and Riley goes into the notebook to the dissatisfaction of the Altrincham supporters on the far side, which is no surprise. So, free kick then for Millfield, just over halfway. Harry Lee will take it. You've seen a lot of the ball so far on this near side, the left, as the Millfield fullback. He plays it back for Eklund. And now with Cunningham. Cunningham comes up towards halfway. He's looking for Tienete. Does well to roll away from his man, but the ball away was poor. And now the break is on for Altrincham. Sheridan has it. Now Riley. Riley looks to get the ball in. It's blocked by Eklund. Another bite of the cherry for Riley, who has it now. Looks to beat his man down the line. Does well as he gets to the byline. He goes into the penalty area, and it's just a goal kick in the end. James Riley overran it. He was being well seen off by Alex Eklund, but it did look like for a moment James Riley had the beating of Alex Eklund there. Scampered towards the byline, but as you can see, he just overran it a wee bit, and it goes out for the goal kick. Now Scanlon has it on the edge of the penalty area. A real chance here for Scanlon. It's a fantastic challenge coming in from Stan Cunningham. And in the end, the ball will go out for a goal kick as it deflects back off to Henry Blease. But the ball into Scanlon there was absolutely textbook by James Riley. And Scanlon just tried to skip away from Cunningham in the penalty area, but the Millfield defender was with him every step of the way. So the first half chance that for Dylan Scanlon. who's certainly got an eye for goal. Marcus Price will now take the goal kick. Altrincham supporters on the far side certainly not making it easy for him at all. Header is won well in the middle by Tom Burke. Repelled once more by Millfield. And they'll... Dan Walker is seen off by James Riley. Scanlon's offside as he jumps to that header with Eklund. And it's a free kick for Millfield. Well, of course, this game being played at a neutral venue in Doncaster, far away from where both of these sides originate from in terms of location in the country. But it must feel like a home game for those Altrincham players. Being superbly backed on the far side as they stand to their feet and whip out another chant. It's been a superb start from them. And the players have battled hard as well, but Millfield have been with them every step of the way. And it's even Stevens at this stage. Millfield have a throw. Ollie Light will take it. The right back, speared over halfway. Tianete has it. Nice close control from him, and he finds the ball inside as well for Peter Steyn. Lovely raking ball by McGlinchley, but commentators curse. It was just a bit too far in the end for Harry Lee, and it goes out of play for a throw on this right-hand side. But Matt McGlinchley in the middle, certainly not afraid to take the ball on the turn in the centre and look out wide to switch play. Here's Lee. Not got too many options. He's got red and black shirts surrounding him. One of them's Blundell. He slipped though as he tried to win the ball, and Lee does well to get it back for his side. Cunningham square for Eklund. Lee has it again. He's certainly got advanced as the left back so far in this match, and he'll win his side a throw. Walker has it, tackled by Riley. And fully cleared away there by Sheridan, out of play for a Millfield throw. So over 15 minutes gone in this game, and still very close. No real chances for both sides, neither keeper being truly tested as of yet. But a long way to go in this final. And we were talking about how many goals both sides had scored leading into this final, with Altrincham scoring 36, Millfield scoring 21. Hats full of goals in the 7 games for both sides, but both defences currently coming out on top, as is the case there with Stan Cunningham putting the tackle in on Dylan Scanlon. Looks like Scanlon's going to have a tough afternoon getting away from those two centre-backs, because they've been pretty solid so far, of Cunningham and Eklund at the heart of the Millfield defence. Tackle won by Sheridan on the edge of the penalty area. Ball was cleared away by Eklund at the second time of asking, though. And Millfield come forward down this left-hand side. A chance for Steyn to worm his way in field. Now Tianete. Nice turn from Walker, trying to get Lee off and running down the left-hand side, but it deflects off Lee last and will go out for a Altrincham goal kick, sorry. But that is the first real time we've seen Millfield play their stuff. And the Hearts at it again. The orchestrator of the move, Tio Tianete, who seems to have been everywhere so far for Millfield in the middle of the park. It'll certainly be worth keeping an eye on him for the remainder of this game, as Altrincham take the goal kick over halfway. McGlinchley, the captain, leading by example and winning the ball. Arden tries to turn his man Bone, but that breaks down for him. Now Armitage, not seen much of him so far. We've seen how impressive his long throw are, but he's not done much with the ball at feet. Nice ball out to the right-hand side, though. And Riley, he's tackled well by Walker, but it will go out for a Altrincham throw. Flick on by Blease, picked up by Lee. And Millfield look at worming away. Walker miscontrolled that one, and Blundell was quick on the scene, but he concedes a throw, which Lee will take again. Looking for Walker, but the ball goes straight out of play. Simple decision that for the official on the near side. And that'll be an Altrincham throw, and there's a wee lull in the ground at the minute. There's it's certainly been a frenetic start from the crowd on the far side, And I think the players, it's been very competitive so far, just taking a bit of a breather, but it could be a good chance that for Millfield. The ball slipped through again by Tianete, looking for Arden. There was a bit too much on the ball, and young Lou was again able to command his area and claim the ball. Tianete. Now Stein to the left-hand side, and Lee manages to control it on the stretch. Faced up by Blease, and he managed to worm it inside. It's a good turn by Tianete on the edge of the penalty area, cleared away by Bone, but picked back up by Millfield, who are starting to play their football, but right on cue they give it away, and now Blease has a chance to stretch his legs down this right-hand side. Superb pace, he's got Scanlon in the middle. Can he get the cross in? He can, but it's low and poor, and Stein can easily pick it up. And Millfield have the ball back, but excellent running down the right channel from Henry Blease. Picks up the ball inside of his own half, must have ran 30-40 yards with it. Scanlon was free in the middle as both centre-backs came towards him to try and win it, but his cross was poor, and it was well dealt with by Millfield. Stein. Blundell straight in his back, and the referee gives a free kick. Blundell was certainly manhandling his man there, Stein, as he tried to run free. The free kick's taken quick. Lee into the penalty area, comes out to the edge of the box, and McGlinchley, and the referee gives another free kick. Sheridan in the back of McGlinchley, the two number 8s clashing around 25 yards out from goal. And this is a real opportunity to get a strike away from this dead ball situation. Ball came towards the edge of the penalty area. McGlinchley's about to strike it, and Sheridan there, for the referee's liking, making his presence a bit too well known on his opposite number. So a free kick for Millfield. McGlinchley looks as if he's eyeing this one up. It's a very tasty prospect, this. Dead central, 25 yards out. McGlinchley will take right-footed, but well met by young Lou. Got down well to his left-hand side and clutched the ball towards his midriff with two hands. And the danger escapes Altrincham for now, because Walker wriggles his way inside. Strong tackle coming in the middle from Burke, and then cleared away by Altrincham. Scanlon flicks it on, well met on the second ball by Eklund, and now Lee has it, and Millfield have certainly had the better of things in the last 5 minutes or so. Lovely ball inside for Francis, looking to get Scanlon in behind. Scanlon, Bone had too much for him, and he clears it away. But Lee, who's certainly seen a lot of the action so far in this game, as Harry Lee down this left-hand side, plays it for Walker. Tackle comes in from Bone, has come from left back to right back here to win the ball for his side, and he's done really well as he comes away with it. Into the feet of Blease, but a poor pass again, and it sees Altrincham give it away, and Millfield are certainly enjoying a lot of the play at the moment. Crunching tackle coming in from from Tom Kelly, the Altrincham captain there. He's certainly shown Dan Walker what he thinks of him. A real cruncher on this near side, and Walker slow to get back to his feet. A fair tackle, though, it has to be said, and that's the sort of thing we like to see in this cup final. The competitive spirit has certainly outshone the quality of both sides so far in this game. Scanlon looking to get away from Eklund. Eklund held him though on halfway. Pretty simple one for Martin Frey to give, and there'll be a free kick for Altrincham. And it looks like we may be getting the first substitution of the game as well, as fourth official Dan Andrews looks as if he's readying his board. Can't quite see who's going to be coming on. Remember, rotational subs allowed. All 5 subs can be used and brought back on when they're brought off. So the first player to depart the field is Peter Stein, and replacing him will be Matt Samuel. So like for like change up front. Has to be said, Peter Stein so far, the number 9 up front, he's dropped quite deep at times to help his side defensively. He's certainly not spearheaded the attack like a typical number 9 would. That's certainly what's you'd imagine has been asked of him by manager Terry Ackhurst, who gives Matt Samuel the nod for a run out here in this final. Free kick into the penalty area is a dangerous one, still not fully cleared by Millfield. Lee looks to head it away. Sheridan heads it to Blease, who certainly saw his name in lights there as he volleyed that from the edge of the penalty area, but he went high and not very handsome over the crossbar and into the stand behind the goal. So the scores remain 0-0 here, a quarter of the game gone. Millfield have certainly had the better of the last 5 minutes or so. But that set piece there from Altrincham showing that they're not out of this one either. They've got just as much of an opportunity of winning this game. It has been pretty tight for the majority of the first 23 minutes or so. But the scores remain goalless. Marcus Price looks high towards the centre spots. Another great header by Tom Burke, who certainly makes his aerial presence known in the centre. Armitage now showing us what he can do down that left-hand side. Met superbly by the tackle of Ollie Light. And it'll be the first corner of the game. And it goes for Altrincham. Superb work down the left-hand side by Oscar Armitage. Showed Ollie Light a new pair of heels. But the Millfield right-back retaliated and got the tackle in and concedes the corner, which Armitage goes across to take. Blundell's in there, as is James Riley, and Bowen as well, but it's a poor one towards the edge of the penalty area, missed by everybody, and Blease will pick it up, looking to worm his way inside, but it's just a sea of white shirts, and Millfield clear the ball away. Lee, high down the channel, looking for the run of Matt Samuel. First chance he's had to get a touch on the ball. It's really well dealt with, though, by Oliver Harding, the number 4. Using strength and power there to head the ball just in front of Samuel Could. McGlinchley finds his midfield partner Fred Francis. And now Light looks down the line. It's well met by Bone. Now Armitage tries to play the ball inside for Blease. It was a good idea, but not a great bit of execution from the Altrincham winger. And Millfield again come forward on the break. McGlinchley to the left-hand side, and Harrison Arden looks to worm his way inside of James Riley. But Riley not fooling for the nutmeg, and he snuffed the ball out and put it out for a throw-in. Nice bit of interpassing down the left-hand side. Lee gets the ball into the penalty area. Again claimed by young Lou, who isn't the tallest man on the pitch, the Altrincham goalkeeper. But whenever the ball's been in the area, his penalty area so far, he's certainly made his shout known, loud and clear, and claimed it with 2 very safe hands so far. Bone beats Walker in the air. Now Armitage, looking to find his overlapping left-back. Wasn't a great ball to Bone, but cleared away by Ollie Light and caught on the front row there by an Altrincham supporter who's absolutely loving the support he's getting behind him. Probably the loudest cheer we've heard so far in this game. Another cheer there, though, as Altrincham get a corner on the far side. They're starting to worm their way into this one. But of course, it's all about scoring when you are on top, and Altrincham are certainly on top at the moment. Once again, it'll be Armitage to take on that left-hand side. With that left boot, that wonderful left boot, which supplied an absolute corker of a goal from around 40 yards out in the semi-final against Bowlby Car. Can he get an assist here? Flicked in towards the penalty spot, headed away to the edge of the area. Blease again goes for an effort, this time with the left foot. And that's probably worse than the effort he had around 5 minutes before. So Millfield goal kick. McGlinchley floats one to the right-hand side, and Light, who's well advanced, the right back for Millfield. He wins a free kick as well, as Armitage came from behind and tripped him up. That frenetic start we saw with all the tackles flying in at the beginning, it certainly died down a wee bit after that yellow card for James Riley, the Altrincham right back. We haven't seen so many rash challenges come in, but there's still that competitive edge in this match, which is fantastic to see, especially when you're a neutral watching this game. Blease, nice little dummy away from Samuel, rolls into the feet of Scanlon, but coming across very well there was Fred Francis. Gives it away though, and Altrincham have an opportunity to use the ball here. Controlled on the chest by Armitage, but outstrength by Light. Wasn't well received on the far side by the Altrincham supporters, but there's an attack on here for Millfield. as Samuel gets into the penalty area, but he's well met at the second time of asking by Oliver Harding. And Altrincham get it away. Poor control in the middle by Sheridan, who then fouls McGlinchey, not for the first time. And I think McGlinchey's making that point known to the referee. Sheridan's second foul of the game. Still perhaps a bit premature to give out a yellow card. And the referee just standing over the ball at the minute, because the fourth official, the assistant referee on the far side is just moving a ESFA banner off the field of play, which has blown onto the pitch. It is a bit of a blustery day here in South Yorkshire. It's dry, bit overcast however, and not the warmest either, with a light wind gushing around the ground as the free kick goes into the area, headed up in the air by Samuel. That was more of a defensive header than an attacking one though. And the ball comes to the near side, and it will be an Altrincham throw, which Riley will take. As we approach the half-an-hour mark here, still goalless between these two sides. Credit to the Millfield defence, it's one hell of a feat keeping this Altrincham attacking team quiet. And they've done that to a T so far, limited to long-range efforts, which have not been on target, and have been no trouble to Marcus Price in the Millfield goal. Samuel with a man in his back, which was Kelly rather, and it was cleared away well by the Altrincham captain. Free kick then given in the middle when Blundell went down under the challenge on McGlinchey. So a free kick for Altrincham. Standing over the ball is Tom Kelly, who is one of 4 players who plays for Altrincham youth team and reserves, alongside Dylan Scanlon, Sam Bone, and also Harry Sheridan. That was a dangerous ball into the penalty area, cleared away by Millfield. And a strong challenge in the middle from Sheridan. Retaliated though by Tianete, and then a poor pass straight out of play by Scanlon, who's come back to this left-hand side and has swapped wings with Dan Walker. But he hasn't really found his feet so far in this match, Harrison Ardron. Throw-in taken by Riley down the touchline. Scanlon now has it. Nice flick back from him for Blease. And he looks for Riley. Infield for Blundell. Awkward deflection forward by Ardron. Dealt with by his defence, and then it's swept towards the goal by James Riley. Bit of an ambitious one. I think he may have been going for a cross towards the back post and Oscar Armitage, but it was straight at Marcus Price in the end, and no danger for Millfield. Clipped into the penalty area. Tianete's in there, comes to the edge of the box, but the flag was up against Tianete, and the shot was put wide anyway by right back Ollie Light, which I think shows why he's in the defensive third of this match rather than one of the strikers for Millfield. So, Young Lou with the ball at feet. He surveys the scene, booms it forward towards Armitage. McGlinchey wins it in the air, as he has done so often in this game. Nice bit of footwork from Walker to get away from Boney. He plays it in field, and the strike is on there. It was hit by Francis. It was cleared away momentarily by Altrincham. It's a nice ball in for into the penalty area, cleared away by the feet of Young Lou. Well, there was some real panic there in the Altrincham defence. Danger still not away. Lee looks to cross it in. It's blocked by Blundell, and it goes out for a Millfield throw down on this left-hand side. Real opportunity though. Dangerous ball in by Ardron, who I thought was going to shoot on the angle. It was a pretty tight angle. It went across the face of goal, and in the end Young Lou had to come out with a tackle there, the goalkeeper. Nonetheless, throwing taken. Lee, great ball into the penalty area, onto the head of Samuel, and what a save that was. Samuel at the second attempt hits it wide, but what an outstanding save by Young Lou. I said at the start of this game, he's not the tallest goalkeeper you'll ever see, but he certainly has the athleticism of a top goalkeeper. Samuel's header was pinpoint. It was going straight towards that far corner, Lou got down to it on the left-hand side. It came back for Samuel. Not a nice angle for him, though, and he hit it wide at the second attempt. But the first chance of this game, which shows how tight it's been so far after 30 minutes. And it goes in the way of Millfield. So Millfield, we said, had a spell around 10-15 minutes ago, and they're starting to get the tails up again. Riley clears the danger away very efficiently into the stand and out of play for a throw. Millfield will take it through Harry Lee. Referee Martin Fryer telling Lee to move back a few yards, quite a few yards as well, well back into his own half now. Comes off Riley last. There'll be another Millfield throw, this time midway in the Altrincham half. So Lee will take, he's got two options down the line. One of them Samuel, has certainly made an impression since coming on as a substitution for Stein. Almost bagging the first goal of this cup final. But excellently denied by young Lou. This time he wins his throw for his side though, does Samuel, which Lee will take. To Matt Samuel. Lee again, gets towards the byline. Another dangerous crossing from him, and Ardron scores! It's a superb strike from Harrison Ardron, who draws first blood for Millfield in this Schools Trophy final. An instinctive left-footed drive from 8 yards out. Too hot to handle for young Lou this time, who almost got down to his right-hand side to save it. But it was hit like a flash by the Millfield number 7. Flew into the back of the net. Look at that for a drive. Absolutely clinical from Harrison Ardron. Millfield take the lead. We said they were creeping into this one. It's Altrincham 0, Millfield 1. Well, Harry Lee may be a left-back, but he's put in some dangerous left-footed deliveries so far on this left-hand side. Almost supplied the perfect ball for Matt Samuel. This time he did supply the perfect ball for Harrison Ardron. And Ardron, we haven't seen too much of in this game so far, smacked the ball into the top corner of the net. Superb stuff from him. Light now has it on the right-hand side. Millfield quickly surrounding themselves on the edge of the Millfield box, on the edge of the Altrincham box. Nice work from Tinente. Get it down the line. Light looks to whip it into the area. It's behind Samuel and cleared away, but one back by McGlinchey. And the pressure is still on the Altrincham defence. Riley struggling to deal with that one, has to opt to head it out of play in the end for a throw. McGlinchey comes across to take, no messing about from him. Now Francis. Francis working his way forward. And then Burke can get it up to halfway and have a bit of respite on that Altrincham defence. Great work by Scanlon, plays it to Blease. Blease running here at Cunningham towards the edge of the box. Blease plays it to the left-hand side of the area. Good chance for Armitage, shooting opportunity, and he hits it over the bar. He claims a deflection. The referee, Martin Fryer, disagrees, but wonderful work on the halfway line that from Dylan Scanlon. On the turn, managed to play it out towards the right-hand side, and Blease stretched his legs, ran towards the edge of the penalty area, and as he looked for Armitage tried to get an effort in on goal, but he hit it high over the crossbar. And we're about to have a substitution here as well. Altrincham, James Riley leaves the field, and on comes Raj Singh. But as you can see here, Armitage gets the ball. Wasn't the greatest pass into him. Had to stop on the edge of the area. Ball kind of got stuck underneath his feet. And with not much backlift, he just hit the ball high over the crossbar. But it looks like we've got a change in shape here for Altrincham. With coming out to right back is now the captain, Tom Kelly. And going into defence is number 5, Jack Blundell, who started in the middle of the park. And Singh will be a more advanced player in the attacking midfield. He's had to come back and defend now, though, because Samuel has it. Good tackle coming in from the captain, Tom Kelly. And cleared out of play by Altrincham for a Millfield throw. Lee into the feet of Samuel. Bit of a heavy touch from the number 10. But Millfield have it back. They've won it back very quickly whenever they've lost it. They're in a good attacking position here, but Samuel didn't really get his radar on point there. And he looked to whip it in with the left boot, but it wasn't the greatest delivery he'll ever supply in his life. And he got straight out of play for a goal kick. So Young Lou, the Altrincham keeper, will take. Pulled off that outstanding stop from Matt Samuel's head, but he couldn't do anything to stop Harrison Ardren's fierce drive into the top corner of the net. He did get a hand to it, did the Altrincham keeper, but it was way too hot to handle. And that is why Millfield lead this Skulls Cup final by a goal to nil. Will they get their first success in this final since 2009? We'll have to wait and see. Altrincham will certainly have a lot to say about that between now and the 90th minute. Scanlon trying to win the ball in the penalty area against Eklund, but it just ricochets off the Millfield defender and safely into the hands of Marcus Price. Price slips as he clears it forward. Flicked on though by Ardren. It could work out well this for Millfield. Nice back heel for Walker, and Lee's ball into the air is absolutely superb. It was an offside flag up anyway against Matt Samuel, but once again that left foot of Harry Lee is really catching the attention here. A wonderful ball in towards the penalty spot. After Walker's nice little flick back, Lee, first time, pinged it in towards the penalty spot. Young Lou had a long way to come. He did really well to get the punch on it anyway, but the offside flag up was raised against Matt Samuel. Flick on by Sheridan. Now Armitage faced up by Ollie Light. Armitage, not much space to run into, and Light does absolutely fantastic to deal with the Altrincham winger, and it goes straight out of play for a throw-in, which Light immediately takes. One back though by Altrincham. Sheridan on the turn for Armitage. Light's quickly back in there again, but Sheridan can ping it in towards the back post. Into the hands though of Marcus Price. Police was running into it at the back post. It was over the head of Scanlon, but Marcus Price certainly had things dealt with in his 6-yard box. First touch for Singh. Clipped forward by Kelly. And now Singh again, looking for options. Rolls it down the line, but it's easily met by Eklund, and he clears it out of play for a Millfield throw. In towards the last 5 minutes of this first half. It's been a very tight one indeed, but has not lacked competitive edge as Scanlon drives one in on goal. First shot on target that for Altrincham. Dylan Scanlon sniffing around the 18-yard box as he has done for the whole of this first half so far. He's not had many chances in on goal, but that one there as he turned his man and unleashed the right footer strike. Just a bit of a glimpse of what he can do when given the opportunity. But Altrincham and their manager Darren Birtwell will certainly be stressing at half-time that more service needs to be given for Scanlon to be able to get his name on the score sheet and fire his team to cup final success. Though here for Millfield, who are pinned way back into their own half. And Ollie Light will take around 10 yards away from his own corner flag. Header won by Sheridan. Armitage does really well to run to the edge of the penalty area. The Altrincham fans are on their feet appealing for a free kick on the edge of the area. The referee very quick to stress that will not be a foul, to the disgruntlement of the Altrincham faithful. As he runs to the edge of the area, Armitage, it looks like he was tripped by Francis, but the referee says no foul. Flying for Altrincham on that left-hand side. Sam Bone comes across to take. Again, that ESFA banner getting in the way of things, but Bone manages to overcome that and throw it high over halfway. Well won in the middle by Oliver Harding, certainly not holding back there the Altrincham centre-back. Then it's a risky ball back from Sam Bone. I think it was quite inadvertent, and the ball out from Young Lou is poor, and it's given straight to Matt Samuel. Matt Samuel takes his time as he assesses his option, looks for the run of Tianete, who runs down the left channel, didn't win the ball, and then fouled his man, Oliver Harding, and the referee will now pull that back for a free kick, as there was no advantage when Scanlon tried getting through there. Referee just having another chinwag with the Altrincham captain, Tom Kelly. Not too sure what that was about. Probably feels that it's time that a Millfield player had a caution, as Altrincham are the only team so far to get a yellow card in this game, and that was for James Riley, who's on the subs bench at the moment after coming off and being replaced by Raj Singh. Don't forget, when a player is substituted, they can come on at any time. Rotational subs are allowed in this cup final. Arden, the goal scorer. Nice searching ball for his opposite winger, Walker. It was well dealt with by Blundell. And then a free kick for Tom Burke as he goes down in the centre of his own half. And we're just seconds away from minute 45. The fourth official, Dan Andrews, readies his board just underneath us here. And he'll now unveil how much stoppage time we will have at the end of the first half in this cup final. 2 minutes then. And another strong tackle, this time from Matt Samuel, right in the back of Oliver Harding. And it may be Matt Samuel's first foul, but that was a really strong one. It was reckless, straight into the back of Oliver Harding, was never going to win the ball. And the referee, Martin Fryer, making the right call there to book the first Millfield player of this final. So one apiece in terms of caution so far. So 2 minutes then of stoppage time for Altrincham to get themselves level here and go into the break with some parity. It'll be Tom Kelly standing over the ball to clip it in. It's high towards the head of Burke. It now drops at the feet of Bone. Bone trying to turn away from Lee. He does really well getting the cross in, and it's headed onto the top of his own net by Alex Eklund. Superb work on the left-hand side there from Sam Bone, the left-back. Twisted and wormed his way down the left channel. Excellent footwork from him. And it was came off the thigh of Eklund and went onto the top of Price's net. So another set piece for Armitage to take. But before he does that, the referee's just going to have a word in the 6-yard box. It looks like it's for Scanlon, who's sniffing around Marcus Price, the Millfield goalkeeper, and trying to put him off as much as possible, which is a tactic you see a lot these days. There's no Millfield defender protecting their goalkeeper, however, as they put into the penalty area, and that's why Marcus Price, needing no protection whatsoever, comfortably claiming it on his own penalty spot, and he can now take his time, give his defence a bit of respite before clearing it high over halfway. And Martin Fryer blows for half-time here in the ESFA Under-18 Schools Trophy final. And at the break, it's been an awfully tight one. A usually prolific Altrincham attack has been quietened to chances just on the edge of the penalty area. Millfield have done very well to limit their opponents to just sighters from long range. But it is Millfield who lead at half-time. It was a goal from Harrison Ardren, a wonderful ball in from Harry Lee on the left-hand side, who's certainly put in some wonderful deliveries from this near width of the pitch. Whipped in by Lee, volleyed in by Ardren, past a despairing young Lou, who got to his right-hand side, didn't get a strong enough right hand to it though, because it was a blistering effort from Ardren. And it means that the scores at half-time here at the Keepmoat Stadium in Doncaster: Altrincham Boys Grammar School 0, Millfield School 1.
Always trying to improve the environment for the players. We sort of spoke around our idea of doing some more video analysis. Glenn then went away and did some homework and looked at the different options available to us, and that's when we found Hudl.
It's a brilliant coaching tool. It's because you can get caught up in the emotions of a game. You'll see one thing, and the person standing next to you will see it totally different, and the players will see it totally different. So you'll sit back and you'll look at Hudl. You'll be able to reanalyse the game.
And also it allows us to check our eye, because obviously in game, particularly big games, they can be emotional and you can get caught up in the moment. So it's a really nice opportunity for us to check that what we saw live was exactly what happened. And so the focus will be the same, whether we're playing a league game or a cup game. It will always be the same amount of detail. If we're working Saturday to Saturday, then Monday will always be a debrief of the game. So we will use Hudl and our video analysis to break the game down. We break it down into playlists for the players, but we also then notate the game. So we divide the game up.
We're not all IT experts, so we needed to find something that was quick and easy. I can only speak from experience from Braintree and to here, and we found it a very, very useful tool.
For us, it then, you know, when we note the game, for me, it just allows me to watch the game in much more detail. The fact that we can break it down into parts, we can note take and we can prioritise and look at the key areas that are bespoke to us.
What I like about the Hudl app is the ease of use and the accessibility of it all for players away from the club environment.
And we can get feedback from the app to see if they've actually been on there, and how long they've been on there is great for us, because it tells us a lot about our players and their willingness to want to learn and want to improve, and it gives them an opportunity to work independently. This is another tool that allows us to move our players individually and collectively forward. You know, it allows us to get on method and get our process right. For us, for all of those reasons, it's a fantastic app, and one that has definitely played a key role in the success that we've had so far.
So, good afternoon and welcome back to the Keep Mow Stadium. Altrincham Boys Grammar School have already taken to the field, ready for the second half of this one against Millfield. Millfield leading by a goal to nil in this ESFA under-18 schools trophy final. The goal from Harrison Ardron. So a big second half ahead for Altrincham, and they'll be relying on their offensive firepower, who have certainly proven their worth so far in this competition. I was saying in the first half that they've scored 36 goals. That included a 6-4 win in the semi-final against Bowlby Card. They won in round 5, 9-0 against Heckmondwell Grammar. Yeah, the 7-2 win against Lady Manners, a 4-1 win against Allsop, and they also capped off round 6 with a 6-2 home victory against Manchester Grammar School. But we haven't seen anything like that sort of attacking threat so far in the first period. A lot to come from them, you'd hope, from their point of view in the second period, as we now see Millfield take back to the field. Doesn't look like any half-time changes from either side as we gear up ready for the second half. Just waiting for our officials who now begin to emerge from the tunnel. Referee Martin Fryer, who certainly let a lot go in the first half. He did his best to keep it as even a game as possible. Just the one yellow card for both teams. James Riley for Altrincham, he went off for Raj Singh midway in that first half, and substitute Matt Samuel for Millfield is the man with a yellow card to his name. So 45 minutes to go until we find out who is crowned 2017 Schools Trophy champion. Extra time may be required, but I'd be very surprised if one goal was all it would take to win this one. I sense more. Let's see what both teams can provide. It's Samuel and McGlintley stood over it, and they quickly do a bit of a 1-2 before a crunching challenge comes straight in from Oliver Harding. And that certainly shows the impotence that Altrincham are putting in this second half. They're going to grab it by the scruff of the neck. They're not going to hide away from challenges, not that they did in the first half, but they're certainly up for this one now. Raj Singh battling away with Tio Tianete, and it was a definite pull of the shirt from Raj Singh. Referee demonstrating that as well. And it'll be a free kick. First foul of the second half inside the first minute, which is no surprise at all with the way that the first half went. And it goes to Millfield. Fred Francis's high ball down the left channel looking for Harry Lee. It's flicked on down that line. The goal scorer Scanlon has it. Trying to turn away from Kelly, but Kelly did really well there to win the ball back and hook it high towards halfway. Singh has it in the middle. Bit of a heavy touch, but he manages to hold on to possession for Altrincham. It's a tight spot in the middle there, and Armitage was trying to get his way out of it. Managed to get a free kick for his side as well. Slightly fortuitously, you'd have to say, because I don't think he really had anywhere to go there, Oscar Armitage. But he wins a free kick for his side on the edge of their own centre circle. And the side from the northwest have been well backed. If you watched the first half, you certainly would have heard the noisy support from the far side, and those from Altrincham who are certainly backing their team in great numbers today. Singh. Bit of a risky one to Bone, and Millfield get a throwing from that. Quickly taken for Walker. Trying to turn away from Bone. Does a good job as well, worming it way inside for Ardron. Poor control for him, but wasn't much better from Raj Singh, and it goes out for a Millfield throw. Light takes it. Well read by Blundell. Repelled by Francis and held up now by Samuel. Good turn by Walker. And a foul as well from Sam Bone, and the referee's going to have a word with the Altrincham left back, and we're going to see another caution here. It was the Altrincham right back Riley that got a yellow card in the first half. It's the left back, Sam Bone, that gets it in the second. And it's a set piece for Millfield to try and churn something from. So it's Harrison Ardron, the goal scorer, stood over the ball. It's going to be his left-footed delivery into the penalty area. Right arm raised as he pings it in deep towards the back post, looking for McGlinchey. Heads it back across the face of goal, and he's put it to the back of the net by Matt Samuel, the substitute, denied by a super save in the first half by the goalkeeper, Young Lou. But he was to be beaten the second time around, and Samuel wheels away to the corner flag to celebrate with his teammates. They double their advantage here to Millfield. It was a very high delivery towards the back post by Ardron. McGlinchey headed it back across the face of goal, and Matt Samuel could not miss. More or less stood on the goal line, open net, defenders nowhere to be seen. He just volleyed it in with the right side foot, puts it into the back of the Altrincham net, and like a flash in this second half, Millfield double their advantage. Altrincham 0, Millfield 2. Well, that's exactly what the doctor ordered at half-time. As far as Millfield are concerned, manager Terry Ackhurst must be absolutely delighted with that. Wasting no time at all there, Millfield, to get themselves two up. It could be three. Ardron's through again for his second of the game, just wide. Real chance there to, you'd imagine, seal this contest. Ardron in behind. Kelly was trying to get to him, but Ardron had too much pace. It was a great ball through from Walker, but Ardron in the penalty area only had Young Lou to beat, and he poked it wide with the left foot. And Altrincham get away with one there. Ball through from Dan Walker, who's battling for the ball now. Walker's been superb. He's coming in off the wing, whether he's playing right wing or left wing. He drifts inside, manages to work his way in between the lines, and really supply some dangerous balls through for Millfield's attacking players. And Altrincham haven't really been able to deal with Walker. Free kick forward from Blundell's a bit of a waste. It goes all the way out for a goal kick for Millfield, who are here really based on how solid they've been. They've won a lot of tight games so far in this competition. Their biggest win was 4-2 against Gordano in round 2, only by a 2-goal margin. The rest of the games they've won 1-0, 3-2, 3-1. They won on penalties in the quarter-final before winning 1-0 in the semis against Bede Senior. So they're hardly prolific in front of goal, but they've certainly took their opportunities when they've come around today, and they've defended equally as impressive. Price taking as much time as he's allowed there by Dylan Scanlon, the Altrincham forward, who's eventually closed him down, forcing Price to kick long. Here's Walker. Had an excellent game so far as Dan Walker. Really impressive from him. Looks for the ball to Lee, and it's a wonderful one as well. Lee has it tight to the corner flag. Faced up there by Blease. Comes off Blease last and goes out for a Millfield corner. Now Millfield are readying another substitution here. It's Sam Taylor, the number 17, that's getting ready to come on. Interesting to see who comes off. But Millfield opt to take the corner before they have the substitution. McGlinchey has it. And now Arden. Great nutmeg from Arden, who goes for goal. It's blocked by not one but two Altrincham players. The ball still not cleared away. It just ricochets around on the edge of the penalty area. Altrincham have not been sufficient enough clearing the ball from the edge of their own box there. Samuel miscontrols, and Blundell didn't give him a yard and gets fouled as he wins it off the goal scorer of Millfield's second goal. And the referee's going to have a word with Samuel, bearing in mind that Samuel's already been booked, and in fact Samuel is the man that's about to be replaced anyway, so I think that's clever management from Terry Ackhurst, making sure that Matt Samuel doesn't go through the trap door of getting a second caution. And he will depart the Keepmoat pitch and be replaced by number 17, Sam Taylor. So it's the third forward we've seen up front so far for Millfield. Peter Stein started the game in that position. Was replaced by Samuel, who pulled off an excellent header that was denied by Young Lou, but he managed to get his own back in the second period with that goal a few moments ago. And he's now replaced by Sam Taylor. Looks like Walker's gone up front and Taylor's come out to the right-hand side. Possession with Altrincham. Young Lou kicks it forward, looking for Armitage, easily headed away by Ollie Light. Singh heads it in the middle to Bone. Blundell back to Singh. Good pressure from Millfield, but Altrincham work it well in the midfield. And it's now on the right-hand side, and the captain, Tom Kelly, looks to go straight into the penalty area. It's not the greatest ball in from him. And it's easily swept up at his front post by Marcus Price. Don't think the ball in from the Altrincham skipper there was where the forward Dylan Scanlon wanted it to go. Given away by Millfield. Well dealt with though at the second attempt by Stan Cunningham. And the side from the southeast managed to play their way out. Poor clearance that from Harding. Straight into Arden, plays it through for an offside down Walker. I don't think the Altrincham defenders are too happy with the belatedness of that flag from the official on the near side. Just seen it on the replay there, it's awfully close. So it's poked through. In fact, no, it's a couple of yards offside. Dan Walker there, unable to time his run, but once again, we saw Arden this time. Ardrent coming off the wing and causing problems in the centre of the field. And we've noticed when Millfield get their wide players and bring them inside, make the game a bit more narrow, they've got the full-backs, Ollie Light on the right and particularly on the left, Harry Lee, to provide that width and get the numbers forward, and Altrincham just haven't been able to defend that adequately enough. Blundell gets it away. Well, we know Altrincham can outscore teams. They've got to make sure in the remainder of this game they prove their worth here and how they've got to this final. Bleeser's ball in there wasn't the quality that Scanlon wanted, and Millfield come away with it. McGlinchey, well intercepted by Bone, comes over halfway. Armitage wasn't happy that Bowen didn't play that ball down the line. Taylor comes away with it, the substitute. Now Ardren. And Fred Francis plays it for Walker. Walker comes inside, he's looking for options, looking towards the left. And now Harry Lee, not being tracked by Blease. He is now though, and Blease gets back really well to block the tackle. And it'll be a throw on the left for Harry Lee to take. Sun beginning to emerge here in South Yorkshire. Sun certainly shining on Millfield at the moment. They lead by 2-0 and they're playing some wonderful football. Lee now has it. Looks to cross it in. It's a bit too deep towards the back post. Armitage heads it away. Now Taylor needs to find an option. Gets one with McGlinchey, the captain. Looking for the run of Light in front of him. There's not much room though. And a free kick's been given by the referee as Harry Sheridan went into the back of McGlinchey. Those two have certainly been at it hammer and tong throughout this game. The two number 8s. And the free kick going in favour of Millfield. In a similar position to where they got the second goal. It'll be Ardron again to take this one. Around 10 yards back from where the free kick was taken for the goal. But again, it's met by a Millfield head, this time headed wide by Alex Eklund, and comfortably out of play for a goal kick for Altrincham. They take it short, and Blundell controls that in his own penalty area. So that'll be a retake. Had to take that on his own penalty area there, Jack Blundell, due to the pressure behind him of Harrison Ardron. And Altrincham no messing about this time. Kick it long by Lou. Good header by Armitage. But Light picks up possession, gives it away though. It's intercepted by Blundell, and now Singh controls it in the middle. Given away by Bone. And it's again a bit of cannonball in the midfield before Singh picks it up. Looks to dink it over the top on the right hand side. It's a good ball as well, and Blease looks to hook it back in towards goal. And it goes over the crossbar. It was a tight angle for a shot. I do think that Henry Blease there down that right hand side was trying to catch Marcus Price off his line. It was Singh's click ball down the right channel. Blease got in behind. There was no option in the area really to play it back to. And he just hooked it over the crossbar and out for a goal kick for Millfield. Big gust of wind comes around the keep moat as Marcus Price goes to take this. I wonder how the ball will be affected by that wind. Manages to get to halfway. Headed forward by Kelly. Taylor will watch the ball go out for a throw, and as he does so, the tackle comes in from behind by Sheridan, who's certainly made his presence felt across the pitch so far today, and he'll get a yellow card now. One foul too many as far as the referee is concerned. He went in really hard in the back of Sam Taylor there. You have to feel with Altrincham, if they were as ruthless with their attacking play as they were with their tackles, that they'd be faring a bit better in this game. They're certainly not held back, and it's the sort of fiery competitive edge you do want to see in a cup final. And I think the referee's dealt with the incidents pretty well as well. Just the 4 cautions at the moment. Could argue there could have been a couple more, but I think it's been very commonsensical from Martin Fryer. Ball in by Lee. High over everybody's head, including the goalkeeper, who almost panicked for a moment there because it didn't look like the ball was going to completely roll over the byline. But it did eventually, and it'll be a goal kick for Altrincham, who will now make a substitution. And after receiving that yellow card a few moments ago, Harry Sheridan will now depart the field to be replaced by Louis Foster. And looks like Louis Foster will just fill in that midfield role that Sheridan was holding. Header one in the midfield by Tianete. Singh. Clip forward by Kelly. Almost finding Blease in behind. Burt comes across to win possession for Altrincham. Nice ball inside for Scanlon. Flick back for Singh. Singh goes down quite theatrically and elegantly there under the challenge of Fred Francis, but the referee gives a free kick for Altrincham. And it's their first proper chance in this second half of getting the ball into the penalty area. So Blease will take this free kick. Around 35 yards out. In fact, no Armitage will come across, and this is the sort of position where he scored an outstanding goal from open play in the semi-final against Bolby Carr. I think he's going to opt for the cross into the area though this time around. Clipped in towards the penalty spot, and it's well headed behind by Stan Cunningham, and out for an Altrincham corner. Certainly a testing ball in that from Oscar Armitage. And he needed the head on it. Cunningham provided it, but the danger still not completely averted. And Armitage comes across to this near side to take the corner kick. Be an outswinger with that left peg. 5 red and black shirts in the penalty area, 2 lurking around on the edge as well. It's clipped towards the back post. Header comes in, and it's well met by Marcus Price. The header was from Jack Blundell, the centre-back, and down towards Marcus Price's left-hand side. He managed to get 2 hands onto it and easily claim the ball. That's better though from Altrincham. They'll need to apply that sort of pressure a bit more often for the rest of this game in order to overturn this 2-goal deficit. Foster. Nice bit of footwork from him, wriggling away from 3 white shirts, but then he passes it to another one, which is Sam Taylor. Taylor looks towards the near side. Bone manages to come across and win possession. and then plays it to his opposite fullback and his captain Tom Kelly. Hoists it high down the right channel. He's done that ball quite a few times, has Kelly. It's worked this time because Blease has it. Blease looks to get past Eklund, he did as well, which meant Cunningham had to come across and nip in there. And it goes out for a Altrincham throw, which Armitage will take. Whenever there's a free kick, a corner or a throw, Armitage is quickly onto the scene. And he's got one hell of a throw, which is a real weapon within the Altrincham ranks. Can it be applied adequately here? Speared in, the wind held it up a wee bit, comes out on the edge of the area for Foster. Thought about shooting, has to play it back for Singh instead. Singh trying to turn away from Ardron, and he has to look towards halfway due to Ardron's pressure. And then it's given away by Bone. And now Walker, strong challenge in the back there from Blundell, fair as well. Comes across towards the left-hand side, just plays it down the channel looking for the run of Scanlon, but there was too much on that ball, and it goes out for a throw for Millfield on the near side. Referee Martin Fryer just making it known to Ollie Light as he prepares to take the throw that he's going to be adding on any time wasting. Young Lou, loud shout there as he comes out of his goal to clear that one high and out for a throw. We're also going to have another change as well, this time a Millfield change. And it'll be Cormac Pike who will be coming onto the field for Ollie Light, who's already stood off the field anyway because he was waiting to take the throw in. It looks like we're going to have a rejig as well in the Millfield defence, with coming out to right back now will be Stan Cunningham. And Cormac Pike will partner Alex Eklund in the centre of the Millfield defence. Throwing given in Millfield's favour in controversial circumstances. I don't think any of the Altrincham players agreed with that decision. And it's testament to the Millfield players, because in the first half there has been one hell of an atmosphere being created on the far side by those of an Altrincham persuasion, and their moods have certainly dampened in this second period. Not hearing much from them at all at the moment, and that is due to Millfield's clinical offensive play in front of goal. Didn't have the most conviction on it, that kick from Marcus Price there. And Armitage picks up the loose ball and concedes a throw as well. He felt he was being fouled from behind by Tio Tiniete. And the referee didn't agree, so a throwing will be taken by Cunningham. Down the line it goes. Foster is the first to get his head back to it, and he heads it out of play for another throw. This time it's over Foster's head. Ardron controls it. Foster's quickly in there on the scene with some real purpose about him since coming on as a substitute. Foster gives it away there though to Ardron. And now McGlinchey, bit of a cheap free kick given away by Bone. And then some afters as well between McGlinchey and Lewis Foster. And that's quickly got the fans on the far side back to their feet. The referee diffusing the situation as rapidly as it was created here, Martin Fryer. Words being spoken as well on this near side between the two captains. Just have a look at that incident again. It was a cheap foul, but McGlinchey did go down under a trip there from Bone, and then Foster kicked the ball at McGlinchey. McGlinchey did not react nicely to that at all, and then all hell broke loose. But the referee's done well. Martin Fryer just having a word with his fourth official, Dan Andrews, and we'll see what action is taken here, if any. If there were any players on a yellow card there in that incident, then it will have been foolish from them to get involved. The yellow card is out, and it will be given to Lewis Foster, which is fair, I think it has to be said. Kicked the ball unsportingly at Matt McGlinchey. Fourth official couldn't miss that, Dan Andrews. It was right in front of him, and the referee had taken on that information and issued the caution in the way of the Altrincham substitute. And we have peace once again at the Keepmoat Stadium. So Stan Cunningham is waiting for the referee's signal before he takes this free kick just inside his own half. And it goes forward towards McGlinchey. It's missed by him and two Altrincham players, but it comes back from McGlinchey on the edge of the penalty area. Looks to dink it in towards the back post. Bone gets a big left foot to it and clears it high into the sky. Armitage battling with Ardron, and Ardron, the Millfield winger, fouls Armitage, and it'll be an Altrincham free kick. Altrincham running out of time here. They need to do something quickly to get something back in this game, and at least forced extra time. Remember, extra time, should it occur, will be 2 lots of 10 minutes, and then of course penalties if nothing can separate the two sides after that. But I think Altrincham at the moment will be hoping for a minor miracle if that is to occur. Don't forget, this is finals day at the Keepmoat Stadium. This is, of course, the Schools Cup final. We've got the College Cup final as well coming up later on for the under-18s, as York College take on Farnborough College in what should be another tasty affair. McGlinchey finds Cunningham. Cunningham slips though under the tackle. Armitage was quick on the scene, but Cunningham managed to bite back just in time to regain possession. Lee slips under the challenge of Blease, but he does really well to maintain possession there, Lee. We saw a lot of him down this near side in the first half, not so much in the second period. Now the substitute, Pike. Looks for Taylor. Taylor just flicks it on, but due to the pressure of Kelly behind him, it was a pretty aimless ball and easily picked up by young Lou. Armitage's flick. And it's met by Eklund. The referee has blown his whistle for a foul. I think he was playing an advantage, and there was no advantage forthcoming, so he pulled it back for an Altrincham free kick. We're waiting for a new ball here because the that one cleared away by Eklund has gone high into this stand on the near side. And now we're going to have two balls on the field of play. Dan Andrews supplying one just as the ball boy got one onto the pitch. But Jack Blundell lines this set piece up then. Lots of red and black shirts up there as he plays it in high towards the back post. The keeper comes for it, Price, and he manages to claim it. Bit of a scare there as he dropped it, but he seems to have the situation under control, Marcus Price. And then the referee's now going to have a word with Tom Kelly and give him a yellow card. So we were commenting on how the referee had kept his cards in his pocket in the first half. It's certainly making its fair share of appearances in the second period. Free kick taken by Marcus Price. Slipped, and the Altrincham faithful like that on the far side. They've not had much to shout about in the second period. And then a slip of their own comes back to bite them where it hurts, but they keep possession. Armitage picks up the loose ball in the middle. Forward for Scanlon. Not seen much of him in the second period, but nice ball for Singh. Singh with a chance to have a cross into the penalty area. It's towards the back post, almost played back into the area by Blease, but the ball was out anyway, and it's a goal kick for Millfield. Ardron, who got the opening Millfield goal, having a run of his own down the left-hand side. Tackle comes in from Kelly, and we're going to have another substitution here. Remember, both sides allowed to use 5 substitutions in this game and also use rotational subs as well. So if a player's already come off, they're allowed back on. Here we see making his first appearance of the afternoon, Jack Hunter-Lees, coming onto the field, replacing Fred Francis. Fred Francis, not a name we've mentioned much this afternoon, but he's been a presence in the middle. He's just gone about his work with ease and made sure he's made no mistakes, and I think it's been a solid performance from him. Poor throw down the channel by Lee, and that goes out of play for a goal kick for Altrincham. Young Lou will take it. That's a cheer at a goal kick. Imagine what a cheer at a goal will be like from those on the far side. Cleared over halfway. Scanlon, did he have a push in his back there as Pike got in there? No, according to the referee. Bone has it, and then Blundell plays it towards the left-hand side. Armitage just keeps it in, does really nicely as well, does Armitage. Tried to shoulder it forward. It was a step too far, though, that from Oscar Armitage. Back for Blundell. Good ball that from Tom Burke, kept in by Bone. Blundell again. Good ball inside for Scanlon. Scanlon is going to shoot here, and it's well wide of the goal. And the manager on the near side, Darren Birtwell, the Altrincham coach, has his head in his hands after that one. Scanlon hasn't had much of a sighter around the 18-yard box, especially in the second half. And I think he was a bit rusty there as he struck that one from the edge of the area, high and well wide of Price's goal. Poor ball by Fred Francis, straight out of play as he looked for Cunningham. So Altrincham have a throw. Flicked on by Foster before Eklund was on the scene to head it back out of play. And Altrincham will have made up about 30 yards there. Bone down the line. Burke slips and he wasn't even challenged there. And then the decision goes against Armitage, and Millfield get the throw, and that sort of sums up Altrincham's afternoon here in South Yorkshire. It's not really gone their way at all. And with 15 minutes remaining, they're going to have to provide something. They're going to just have to show us a snippet of what they've done in the previous round. They've amassed so many goals in this competition. We've just not seen anything like it in the game today. Young Lou there managing to get past Dan Walker before clearing it out of play. It may not be going the way they want for those on the far side, but they've certainly enjoyed their afternoon in South Yorkshire. Foster hoists it high in the air and he'll now look to go back on his own ball. They've got a bit of previous, him and McGlinchey, but nothing wrong doing that. Scanlon tries to run his way through before fouling Pike. Nothing untoward though, and it'll be just a free kick and nothing more, as a handshake is issued between the two. Will be frustration though for Altrincham if they can't get their way back into this one, because they've come to this final 3 times before and not won, and it looks like it's going to be a 4th year on the trot that they failed to lift this trophy. Millfield may have a bit more attackingness under their sleeve. Pike in towards Taylor, but it wasn't picked up by Hunter-Lees, and it's cleared away by Altrincham. Quickly hit back with Purchase, and now Lee. Lee, excellent run towards the penalty area. Tackled by his opposite number, Oliver Harding, quite emphatically as well. No messing about there from Harding. It's been the case with him and much of the Altrincham players through this game. And it goes out for a throw on the far side, but that throw will be taken after this substitution, and it will see the midfield maestro, Tio Tiniente, who's orchestrated a lot of good play for Millfield this afternoon. Solid game from him in the midfield. He comes off to be replaced by Ben Larugatel. So Lee has the ball in hand, ready to take this throw. The referee just having a quick word here with Jack Blundell, not too sure what that's regarding. Martin Fryer been very transparent in this game. He's spoken to the players, he's made them understand what he feels and what he thinks. And I think it's been a successful performance from the officials so far. Tried to keep his card in his pocket. It's been difficult not to in the second period. The Altrincham frustration coming through. And there's been quite a few cautions in this second half. Ardron certainly won't be getting any Christmas cards off those on the far side. Getting well booed there as he had the ball. Walker now has it, looking to try and find an option. Dangerous tackle going in there from Burke. Still with Millfield though, and Walker looks to then roll it down the left-hand side, and Lee is excellently met by Harding, and it goes out for a goal kick. Headed by Pike away from Scanlon. Burke hooks it forward, but headed away with interest by Lee. And then a Millfield sandwich in the middle, which I think the Altrincham supporters like there, as Ardron was challenged from both sides by Foster and Kelly before a foul goes in the Altrincham half on Burke, which didn't go down too well. Now Ardron hooks it high into the middle. It might not be an awful ball that for Walker, because Blundell's got some work to do, and he does it very well in the end. Just looks into touch and clears it out of play for a throw. It looks like we may be having another substitution as well. And returning to the field will be Matt Samuel, who scored that second goal, and it looks like the clincher in this one. He'll be replaced by Dan Walker, who's had an excellent game. I really think Dan Walker's been impressive this afternoon, and he can certainly hang his head high as he gets replaced by Samuel. So, throwing to be taken by Stan Cunningham. Headed away with conviction by Blundell. Armitage does well to control it. Now Singh. If Altrincham are going to do something, they've got to do it now. As it's clipped down the right channel, looking for Armitage. Cleared away, but picked up now by Blease. Poor ball inside, and Hunter Lees comes away with it. Lee. And now Ardron. Lee again. And it's back to the Altringham's best mate, Ardron. Ball inside, worked really nicely. Poor ball though by Hunter Lees towards that far side. Cleared away, no nonsense from Kelly. And then the offside flag is up against Samuel, and then a bit of pushing and shoving between him and Harding, which is unnecessary. I'm going to have a double substitution now for Altrincham. So coming onto the field is Alex Emmett, deputising this afternoon. He will be replacing Oscar Armitage. Bit of disappointment for Oscar Armitage. He was so good in the last round, scored that excellent goal that we've touched upon a couple of times against Bowlby Carr, but he's not been able to recreate that sort of form this afternoon, and he's replaced by Alex Emmett. And also returning back to the field is Harry Sheridan. Remember, he's on a yellow card, Harry Sheridan, so he'll have to make sure he restrains himself a wee bit from the hard tackles he's been putting in so far. He returns to the field to replace Henry Blease. So, Blundell takes the free kick for Singh. Singh trying to wriggle his way through 3 or 4 white shirts, does really well, and then gets a free kick against Matt McGlinchey. Well, Singh there picked the ball up on halfway, who did awfully well to get as far as he did with the ball. And then the foul came in from McGlinchey, who appeals that he didn't touch him at all. Not much contact, but maybe a leg was stuck out. But nonetheless, a free kick for the side from the northwest. Be the captain, Tom Kelly, to take now that Armitage is off the field. He's going to go for goal, and it's just over the crossbar. And that sort of sums up Altringham's afternoon. Tom Kelly had numerous options at the back post should he want to use them. He went for goal instead, and the ball just didn't dip in time to trouble Marcus Price in the Millfield goal. And Marcus Price hasn't really been troubled at all this afternoon. He's had to make a couple of saves, notably from the head of Jack Blundell from a corner earlier on in this half. But that's really about it. Here's Young Lu. Lee gets underneath it and then wins it at the second attempt. Now Leguratel. Taylor has it, tries to get inside. Ball picked up though by Emmett. And now Bone. Looking for options inside. It's a poor ball though from him. And Millfield have won it back. And Cunningham is in possession. Inside it goes for Hunter Lees. Tackle from Burke wasn't successful. And now Ardren has it. Gets it back from Pike and gives it to his captain McGlinchey. Nice angled ball out towards the right hand side, but Taylor couldn't control it. Not really the control that the pass deserved, it has to be said there from Sam Taylor. But once again, Altrincham cheap to give the ball away. Blundell heads it forward though, and now they have possession with Foster. Just to get inside of Ardren, unsuccessful though. Now is Ardren. That was Hunter Lees before, both of them with very similar hairstyles, the long floppy blonde hair. Clearance from Harding is blocked by Samuel, and it goes out of play. And now we're going to see another Millfield substitution, and returning back to the field is Peter Stein. And a standing ovation as Harrison Ardren leaves the pitch. A few boos as well, a few waves of cheerio too. He's certainly stamped an impression, good or bad, on the Altrincham fans, but it's all in good jest as Harrison Ardren, who scored the opening goal in this fixture, leaves the field. It was a super goal as well. Lee's ball into the box, half volley from Ardren, and Young Lu, as hard as he tried, could not stop that strike. And into the back of the net it went. That was 1-0. The second goal was added by Samuel in the second half, and it looks like those are the two goals that will see Millfield home and dry and get their first ESFA Under-18 School Trophy Cup since 2009. Foster. He looks bright, Foster. He's trying to do something and impose something on the game. It's just not quite gone his way, though, especially when he's got three white shirts around him. And Samuel's in a bit of a foot race here with Young Lu. And Samuel's a bit late to it. Young Lu's really not happy with that challenge. Remember, Samuel's already been booked as well. So the referee's going to have to be wise about this. And I think he said to Samuel that's his last chance. But Young Lu definitely wasn't happy with that challenge on him. Samuel was entitled to go for the ball. He was a bit late. You have to feel like his intention was for the ball rather than the Altrincham keeper. Loose ball forward by Cormac Pike, easily won by Harding and then cheaply given away, although he'll win it back at the second attempt due to the poor touch from Ben Lurigtel. Burke slips again. Be interested to know what studs Burke's wearing, because he's gone down numerous times in this game. Singh goes forward, that's a foul from behind by Jack Hunter Lees, and that'll be a yellow card. Cynical play from the Millfield substitute. Cries of off from the far side. I think they're a bit optimistic. So it will be a yellow card for Jack Hunter Lees. And a free kick for Altrincham. If they get something back now, it'll be a very interesting last few minutes of this one. It's Sam Bone, the left back, stood over it surprisingly, and also Lewis Foster as well. Bone goes for it, straight into the wall, comes back for him now. What's he going to do with it? Tries to get back out to the left-hand side. Good play from him. And now Emmett looks straight for the penalty area. It's a good ball towards the penalty spot, but headed away well by Lee. Now Taylor. Now Samuel just offside, and Harding played the offside trap there. And according to the assistant on this near side, played it to perfection. Be interesting to see the replay of that. It's Taylor who slipped it through. And yeah, it looks like maybe a yard or two off there was Matt Samuel. So Lou takes the goal, the free kick towards the edge of the box. Headed away by McGlinchley. Harding floats it back towards the edge of the Millfield box. Second ball's picked up by Singh, but it just bounces off his head and he tries to win it back once more. But Taylor was a nuisance and managed to prevail. And again, he looks forward for Samuel, who was onside this time, but Lou gets to it. The ball now comes out for Luragutel, and he's then fouled by Harding, and it'll be another yellow card. And I think we're seeing more cards here than was given around on Mother's Day, to be honest. The referee, Martin Fryer, in the second half, definitely not afraid to whip out the yellow cards, despite being very quiet in the first half with the notebook. And though you do have to say, a lot of these decisions are the correct ones, and he's been left with no choice, the referee. There've been a lot of needless fouls, a lot of competitive, edgy ones as well. But there's certainly been their fair share of cynical ones too. Down the line for Matt Samuel. Here he is. Tries to pull it back towards the edge of the area. It works out well. Taylor will get a strike away. It's blocked well by Blundell. Comes back for Taylor. Was Samuel offside? No, according to the linesman. And now there's been 4 minutes added on by the fourth official. 4 minutes for Altrincham to get 2 goals back and force extra time. But perhaps unlikely. Foster will pump this ball into the penalty area. Only the goalkeeper stood behind the ball. In it goes. It looks like the opposite goalkeeper, Price, will get his hands to that one. Opts to punch it rather than catch it this time. And now Samuel has it, and the break is on. And through here is Stein. Stein's got Samuel running with him. Only Emmett back at the moment, but Singh manages to retreat, does really well. Now Stein again, looks for the near side. Luragutel strikes it right-footed, and he was a bit rash with it. It didn't bounce too nicely, and he just sliced at it, and it went wide of the near post. And young Lou runs to get the ball back and take the goal kick. Awfully close to the end of this game, though. We've had 1 minute of the 3 added on. 3 minutes left for Altrincham to get 2 goals back in this game, or Millfield will get their first success in this competition since 2009, and it will be 4th time unlucky for Altrincham. Taylor. Tackle comes in by Kelly. He thought he was entitled to the throw there. The referee disagreed. And it'll be a throw for Millfield. Down the line for Samuel, takes a deflection on its way through. And Millfield will have a throw again, right next to the corner flag. Harry Lee, the left back, just taking his time there, tying his laces before slowly trundling across to take the throw. Samuel, back for Lee. Lee escapes the challenge of Harding and concedes the throw. Maybe looked like it took a deflection, that of Harding, but the referee disagreed. And perhaps some sporting that from Lee as he tossed the ball back towards Altrincham so that they could take their throw. Blundell beats the ball forward towards the left-hand side. It's a good-looking ball as well. Emmett looks to run onto it. Cunningham strong with the tackle. And played inside by Emmett. And it breaks down for Altrincham, and the counter is again on for Millfield. Some tired legs out there, understandably so as well. Singh strong on Hunter Lees, and it's a fair tackle by Singh. Now Bone, they've got to get the ball forward, Altrincham. Foster now has it. Now Emmett. Tom Kelly, the captain, by the way, the right back of Altrincham's come up to left wing at the moment to add some numbers up in the attacking Altrincham lineup. Goalkeeper takes the throw for Bone. 2 minutes of additional time to go. Kelly up with the head, but it's Cunningham that wins it. And then Singh gives it away in the middle, and there's a chance this for Taylor. Taylor gets onto the ball, looks to lob the keeper, but there was too much purchase on that, and it goes out of play for a goal kick for Altrincham. That could have been the icing on the cake, that, for Sam Taylor and Millfield. And he got his bearings wrong, and it went out of play. So Young Lou will take the goal kick. And it's got to get forward immediately for Altrincham. Hope quickly slipping away here in South Yorkshire for the side from the other side of the Pennines. Bone fouled by Stein. Stein wasn't too happy with the decision. Bone will take the free kick, and Matt Samuel just killing time as he tries standing over the ball. Bone will take it. High towards the edge of the box. Header one in the air by Eklund. Cleared away, and the referee, Martin Fryer, puts his whistle to his lips. Millfield School are the ESFA Under-18 School Trophy champions for 2017. Their players go in a huddle in the middle of their own half, celebrating their success. It's their first victory in this competition since 2009. The Altrincham players sunk to their knees on the turf. Their supporters, though, very sportingly, give them a well-deserved round of applause. They've been absolutely superb in this competition, but the final today, for the fourth year in a row, was just a hurdle too far for them. Millfield were clinical in a game of few chances. Harrison Ardron got the first goal in the first half with a superb left-footed half volley from just outside the 6-yard box. It was too fast and too hot to handle for Young Lou. Despite diving to his right-hand side, he couldn't get a strong enough hand to it, and into the back of the net it went. A swift start in the second half from Millfield, who came quickly out of the traps, saw them get a second goal and double their advantage. Ardron's ball in towards the back post was met by McGlinchley. He headed it across the face of goal, and it was the simple task for Matt Samuel to just side-foot it into the back of the net and double the side from the southeast lead. So it's they that win the trophy for this year, and you can see the high fives and hugs in the centre of the park. As we look at the goals again, Lee, who was absolutely superb during this game, he put the ball in for Ardron, and what a fierce drive that was. You can see no chance at all for Young Lou in the Altrincham goal. That was 1-0. Before that, there hadn't been too many opportunities. Ardron's ball in for the second was textbook. McGlinchley was free to head it across the face of goal, and Matt Samuel reacted quickly to just tap it in on the goal line, and that means that your winners for 2017 in the ESFA Under-18 School Trophy Final are Millfield School. Great support, though, all the way through the game, it has to be said, for those Altrincham supporters on the far side. There must be around 300 of them. They've been absolutely superb, some of them with red scarves in the air as well, as their players go and applaud them. It won't be a very happy trip home over the Pennines, but they've certainly done their team proud, have the players, as have the supporters as well. So we will shortly have the medal presentation for Millfield and Altrincham. Millfield with another runners-up medal. They would have loved to have made it a winner's medal today. They've done so well in the competition so far. with 36 goals in the 7 rounds preceding this final, conceding just 11, but the 2 they've conceded today weren't replied to, and that sees them not looking too pleased at the moment, with hands on hips, quite demoralised. Well, they were certainly outnumbered, the Millfield supporters, their parents on the far side hugging their sons who have played remarkably this afternoon. They've done exactly what they needed to do, and what they've done throughout this tournament. The biggest win for Millfield prior to this game was by 2 goals. It was 4-2 against Gordano in round 2. They've been solid, and they've done what's been necessary in the tight games, coming through on penalties in the quarter-finals, winning by just the 1 goal against Bede Senior in the semis. But the 2-0 scoreline was all that was needed today to see them get the trophy in their hands for the first time since 2009. So Alan Johnston, the ESFA chairman, who said today he hopes everyone will remember this occasion with great pride for many years to come in the programme, and certainly the Millfield players will. And he's just distributing medals for the match officials. Martin Fryer, the referee, Miles McKinley and Paul Wilcox, the 2 assistants. And the 4th official is Dan Andrews as well. A game with certainly a bit of needle in it, as you'd expect in a final with competitive edge. Was well dealt with by Martin Fryer, who certainly spoke to the players as much as he could and was transparent with them, explaining decisions and making sure he didn't reach to the pocket too quickly. Quite a few cautions in this one, but you have to say, with some of the challenges we did see when players started getting tired, very much well warranted. So there we are then, a great eruption of noise for the Altrincham team as they will now collect their runners-up medal. Lots of scarves waving on the far side. All the Altrincham fans stood up to applaud their team. And a great applause as well for goalkeeper Young Lou. And Young Lou was beaten twice today, but let's not forget that save he made in the first half. He was absolutely outstanding when the ball was played in by Harry Lee. The header from Matt Samuel seemed to be clinical. It seemed to be going straight into the far corner of the net, and Young Lou just leapt like a salmon to his left-hand side, getting 2 very firm hands on the ball and diverting it away from danger. And he's not the tallest goalkeeper you'll ever see, but he certainly got spring behind him. Whenever the ball was floated into the box, it came around the 6-yard area. He got 2 hands to it, leaped highest every time. And he certainly deserves that loud cheer he got there from the Altrincham fans. Oscar Armitage going up there as well. He'll certainly remember this cup campaign this year for that semi-final goal. And if you haven't seen it yet, do look for it online, because it is out there. Went viral after the super goal against Bowlby Cup. Unfortunately, he couldn't recreate anything like that this afternoon against a very sturdy Millfield defence. Sam Bowen there collecting his medal as well. Left back, certainly a physical presence, tried to get forward as much as possible too. One of many Altrincham players who was not afraid to put in a tackle when required. Just a word on Altrincham as well. Ed Galley, the defender, did play in the first couple of rounds for Altrincham before breaking his leg in the last 64. He's the only external member of the Altrincham squad who wasn't part of today's team. As the manager now of Altrincham, Darren Birtwell, goes to collect his runners-up medal. I'm sure at half-time the message would have been, give it your best, guys, and show why you're in this round of the competition. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. And a well-deserved round of applause for him and the coaching staff of Altrincham. So now we move on to Millfield. Marcus Price, the goalkeeper, the first to collect his medal. Not really too much to do for him today, but whenever he did have to make a save or make a catch in the penalty area, he did so with great conviction. The standout, you'd say, for him would have been the header from Jack Blundell from a second-half corner. It was going towards the left corner of the net, but Marcus Price was down there and got two hands firmly behind it to deny Altrincham from getting a goal back. And there you see Tio Tiente collecting his winner's medal. Superb in the midfield, really orchestrating the play. And Peter Stein there as well, collecting his medal. Next up is Dan Walker, and for me, he was outstanding today, Dan Walker. Really effective for Millfield in the attacking position, and a big cheer for Harrison Ardron. That's really good to hear. Bit of banter going off on the far side in the second half between Ardron and the Altrincham supporters, but it ends in very good-natured cheers and applause for Ardron, who, remember, got the first goal in this game. Super half volley with the left boot, fired past the goalkeeper, Young Lou, and that set Millfield on their way to this title success. And now getting his medal as the second goal scorer, Matt Samuel. Simple task for him, really. Nothing too outstanding about that finish, but its importance was absolutely paramount. Finish on the line. He did what was necessary. And him, alongside Harrison Ardron and the rest of their Millfield teammates, have seen the side from the southeast claim their first ESFA under-18 school trophy since 2009. They gather around the photographers and the trophy now in front of the Altrincham fans on the far side. Of course, they would have rather it their side to claim this success. But here we go. The 2017 champions are Millfield. In the 8 games they played, they scored 23 goals, conceding just 12 along the way. They didn't do things too prolifically. They weren't prolific goal scorers, but they were tight at the back and they were clinical when it mattered. Exactly proven today. They win it. Your 2017 under-18 school trophy winners are Millfield School. Thank you very much for listening. Make sure you tune in at 4 o'clock later on for the college final as York take on Farnborough. But for now, I've been Jonathan Bell. Thank you very much for watching.